This one's crazy, though. Can I even show this shit on stream? Kristi Noem's husband today revealed as secret crossdresser who dons gigantic fake breasts and pink hot pants to chat with online fetish models. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. Sorry. No, it's just your standard. It's like 30% of what you see on Grindr, you know? MR showed it. That's crazy. He's living his best life. Can a cis boy make a point on the Trans Day of Visibility? Okay. I've always been I guess an advocate for the malleability of gender identity. Like, it's not that serious, you know? Like, trans people, it's serious because we treat it serious. It's not really serious. If everyone was raised by wolves, it wouldn't be that serious, whatever. You know, clearly it's serious to people since we're investing so much time and energy into persecuting trans people, right? Like, it's socially serious, you know? I try not to take this stuff too seriously, but I do think there's something to be said, maybe by somebody a little bit more proximate than me, that the aesthetics of gender nonconformity from the right are fucking revolting. Like, conservatives will make fun of trans women and call them degenerates and gross and so on and so on, when the trans women are just like living their life, and they're so moderate and conservative with every change they make to their appearance because they're trying to like not stand out too much. And then when your average conservative grinder down low sissy husband who's cheating on his wife tries to adopt the affect of femininity, it's the most like revolting bimbo aesthetic, like over the top pastiche parody, so on and so forth. It's it really is disgusting. I mean, that's always been the reason why, like, you see sissies on Grindr or whatever, and I don't, like, if you're a guy and you want to dress a girl, I don't give a shit, obviously, but like, it's not just that, it's that they're like holistically disgusting because there's this air of like, isn't it humiliating that I'm dressed as a woman? Isn't it disgusting? And I guess in my mind, I'm like, well, I don't really care, I guess. You seem to care a lot because that's what they think of women. Well, I mean, yeah, it reads on them, right? Like, they make fun of, they say trans women, like, mock or degrade women by trying to pretend to be them. But like, I don't think that's true. I think this might, a little bit. I just can't imagine being a grown man and shoving two balloons under my tank top. I don't know. Brian got in contact with a model using the pseudonym Jason Jackson, complimenting her amazing curves and vowing to worship her like a goddess, according to messages seen by the Daily Mail. In text and audio calls, the pair shared everything from mundane, daily chit-chat to spicy banter about her augmented chest. "How are your boobs?" he asked her. "Would you ever go bigger?" The model sent him an array of topless selfies and lingerie shots. Jason apparently felt relaxed enough to reciprocate with photos of himself wearing skimpy outfits and lopsided DIY breasts. "You turn me into a girl," he said. "Should I put on leggings?" And it's like, this must be what conservatives think trans women are. Like, they must, in their mind, they must be thinking, at least I do this stuff behind closed doors. But trans women are doing exactly this, but in public, you know? And that's why they project so much disgust. This is what they're imagining. This is what they're rotating in their heads. A PayPal account belonging to Jason Jackson sent the woman regular deposits, typically between $500 and $1,000. Jesus. She says he openly admitted to having a wife and family. He'd say, "I love my wife. I want to get better." Then he'd disappear, come back, and start again, the woman added. Incredible. Over time, the models began to figure out the real identity of their shadowy benefactor. Whenever the Nazi incel trad accounts on Twitter, the Roman statue types, talk about how like conservative sexuality is everyone having a like 22-inch waist, perfect fitness, seed oil free, fucking a million times a day, everyone's so virile and healthy. This is what conservative sexuality actually looks like, okay? Just disgusting, self-conscious, shame, no self-control, everything is simultaneously repressed and overexpressed. This is it's actually degenerate. Yeah, 100%. They're incapable of engaging in it without vice because to them it's already sinful. So like they're like, well, in for a penny, you know? Over time, the models began to figure out the real identity of their shadowy benefactor. A second woman told the Daily Mail she pocket dialed Jason and was astonished to hear a voicemail greeting saying, "Noem Insurance, leave a message. He called them and texted them from his company phone?" A quick Google search pulled up photos of Kristi and Brian Noem. "I was completely shocked. I said, 'Why are you doing this?' I didn't think hot guys did this," the woman said. "He said he didn't care. I thought, you should care. Your wife could lose everything she's ever worked for." Okay, well, in this case, that'd be a good thing. The second woman had also read about Kristi's alleged affair with Lewandowski, a longtime GOP operative who married 9/11 widow Allison Hardy in 2005 and has 4 children. I asked him about it, and his response was, I know, there's nothing I can do about it. What the fuck? Oh my god, man. Least dysfunctional con marriage, man. Jesus Christ. Not much to do out there in Dakota? I guess not. I watched the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk could not be matched to Tyler Robinson's rifle. I'm taking a while to reserve my judgment on this one. I know what bullshit like tabloid stories look like. The bullet that hit Kirk could not be positively identified as one that matched the rifle, according to court records. What does that mean? Robinson's attorney stated that the ATF was unable to identify the bullet recovered at autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied. Not able to link is not the same as was not the same. Like, what do you mean by that, you know? I know the internet's already running wild with this because everyone wants to think that, like, Israel assassinated Charlie Kirk, but I need you guys to understand, okay? I need you to understand. Charlie Kirk would be defending the war in Iran right now. No matter what Candace Owens says, Charlie Kirk bent over backwards to defend Trump 1,000 times before, and there is literally no goddamn difference this time. I'm sure they'll go crazy with this, though. More the bullet was too crushed and deformed to use it to ID the gun that fired it. Many such cases. It's like a bullet. I think people maybe overestimate the viability of that technology because of The Dark Knight. Remember when Batman was doing some, like, fired bullet tests? It's actually very difficult to do that. We tried putting the bullet back into the barrel. It did not fit Mort 11. It's harder to do this with rifle bullets too, right? Because like a 9mm bullet fired from a pistol, it's not going to deform as much because it's a relatively fat slug, and also 9mm bullets don't fire that fast. Whereas a rifle bullet goes real fucking fast and is more likely to deform like immensely or shatter when it hits a wall or whatever. I'm in Cal Anderson Park right now, and even though it's the Trans Day of Visibility, I can't see anyone. You're at Cal Anderson, there is literally a 0% chance that a trans person is not within your field of view right now, okay? They're just stealth. Does that mean Charlie Kirk is alive? We can only assume. Do you think Noem's affair was actually them experimenting with cuckolding? No, I just think that, like, Christian conservative relationships are disgusting abominations in the eyes of God. And that sounds like a joke, and it is a joke because I don't believe in God, but the sentiment is completely real. I think that, like, they preach essentially like the antithesis to love, so of course they can't express it interpersonally. I've never seen a conservative politician, at least every time you learn more about their relationship, it's like there's never any love, ever. I think that's like the norm for them, you know? They're miserable, miserable people. They're just lesser people. That's true. Worse than the balloons is the face. It's the I'm letting a little bit too much out right now, I feel. I'm revealing too much of my hand, you know, I'm playing it out too hard. I really do hate guys. It's like, because my proximity to them, a lot of these guys are bisexual or homosexual, right? He might be as well. They're all over Grindr. They're everywhere, and nobody likes them. And if there's somebody watching right now who, like, sort of aesthetically fits the purview and you feel sort of insulted right now, I am sorry. But, like, it's not good. Get help. Go to conversion therapy. I don't know. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that real soon. Genuine question. Do you like twinks? Means nothing. For one, everyone has a different definition of twink. For two, everyone likes twinks. It's almost like tautological. Definitionally, when you say twink, you're usually referring to, like, a hot guy. Like, that's like the definition of twink basically includes the you finding them attractive, right? So yeah, of course I like twinks. Everyone likes twinks, but everyone has a different definition of twink. Some people will be like, oh, I love twinks, and they'll post like a guy who looks like me, which is crazy, but that does happen. And then some people will be like, oh, I love twinks, and they'll post like Link from Breath of the Wild. It's like, okay, that's an elf. That's a different thing. That's an elf. That's just a woman, basically. Okay, but he is a twink. No, the fuck he's not. No, but like 5 people on Earth look like that. We really need to shift the standard for what counts as a femboy or a twink, because you people are being fooled by internet drawings from Japanese people, like, to set your standards of what pretty boys look like, okay? That shit is not real. People will be like, I love femboys, and then draw a woman, okay? You need to scale it back a little bit. Am I misunderstanding the discussion, or are we saying there's something wrong with sissy cross-dressing types? You're not misunderstanding. Bro, I've been seeing people develop actual armpit fetishes from anime drawings. Brother, you would be scared of an armpit IRL? Dude, seriously. It makes me worry, because I worry that this is like, in my mind, it's caught up in the birth rate thing too, where like people are going to get so attached to the simulacrum of sexuality and intimacy that the real thing is going to be more unappealing to them, you know? I have a lot of people whose entire sexuality is defined around anime drawings are going to like sleep next to a woman and smell a bit of like morning breath and lose their shit, or they're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe. Sometimes it do be fishy, you know? What are you going to do? That's life. How do you get scared of an armpit? It's an armpit. You're virtue signaling. You've probably never fucked an armpit. You're right now. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're right, but you don't know. You're trying to be brave, but I can see your knees quake.